prove to you that White House Estate, Kuje, is the best location right now for land banking. Say you are a young man or a young woman. You may be tempted to invest in the waste of Bisola, but I tell you, carry that money now. Comot 6 million naira inside. Put that for one plot of land here between now and the 3rd of May, because after 3rd of May, I go increase the price. And with just 21 million naira, you can get 6 plots, which we call the mini estate. Very mini.
Wow.
White House Estate, Kuje, Abuja is just 3 poles away from the international airport. If you look this side, you will see Almat farms around. Then when you look in introspect, you will see Prime University. So you see, say, the landmarks are already marking. My God, it's marking. Damn. This phase 2 is selling faster than Iya Basira's midnight snack. So if I were you, I'll key into it very fast.
Thank God.
And the return above 25 years old can get a plot of land here for just 300,000 naira. And if you live in Lagos,
yes,
150k and proof of virginity, and you get the land. I want to prove to you that White House Estate, Kuje, is the best location right now for land banking. Say you are a young man or a young woman. You may be tempted to invest in the waste of Bisola, but I tell you, carry that money now. Comot 6 million naira inside. Put that for one plot of land here between now and the 3rd of May, because after 3rd of May, I go increase the price. And with just 21 million naira, you can get 6 plots, which we call the mini estate. Very mini.
Wow.
White House Estate, Kuje, Abuja is just 3 poles away from the international airport. If you look this side, you will see Almat farms around. Then when you look in introspect, you will see Prime University. So you see, say, the landmarks are already marking. My God, it's marking. Damn. This phase 2 is selling faster than Iya Basira's midnight snack. So if I were you, I'll key into it very fast.
Thank God.
And the return on investment, they rise past Gary where they soak for 3 days. Key into it now. Call this number, send us a message. And if you're a virgin like me, I wish you heaven at last.
A word is enough for the wise.
Wisdom.
From the vibrant tradition of Ojude Oba in Ijebu Ode to the future of luxury living. Welcome to Sardius Estate, Ijebu Ode. Join us for the mega pre-launch this Thursday, June 12th. Experience elegance, opportunity, and growth, all in one place. Don't miss out, and we'd love to see you there. Secure your spot now.
And one thing I want to be I want to say this evening is that the staffs are wonderful. You know, they have this way of prompt response. The moment you know, if you are really being into investment, you know what I'm saying. There's some companies you will send mail to, and you keep reminding them, I just sent mail. You send another mail to remind another mail, you know. But before you drop your phone, a call is being sent across to you, and the matter is being resolved, and it's so amazing. And one thing is that I think one of Dr. Akitayo's investor mentees or whatever, you know, openness, it shows everybody the check. This is the check. This is what we are collecting. Do you know? So I decided to throw my weight in. I said yes. And I want to say something. I have no regret doing that.
Hello, Cheaters and Associates. I welcome you into this 40 days of Billionaires Realtors Sales Challenge. It's going to be an amazing time together where our lives will never remain the same. This 40 days challenge promises to be a transformational adventure for every committed realtor. And for those of you that want to come and join us, I am inviting you to come on board and experience this transformation from the realm of low into the realm of so high. And the floor is open. Anybody. This is a land of possibilities. Anything can happen to anybody if only you can take this adventure serious. I am Bonifade Oladeko, the MD of Cheaters and Associates. I welcome you on board. Let's make this happen. Hello, Cheaters and Associates. I welcome you into this 40 days of Billionaires Realtors Sales Challenge. It's going to be an amazing time together where our lives will never remain the same. This 40 days challenge promises to be a transformational adventure for every committed realtor. And for those of you that want to come and join us, I am inviting you to come on board and experience this transformation from the realm of low into the realm of so high. And the floor is open. Anybody. This is a land of possibilities. Anything can happen to anybody if only you can take this adventure serious. I am Bonifade Oladeko, the MD of Cheaters and Associates. I welcome you on board. Let's make this happen.
This is Stephen Akinta and welcome to part 2 or day 2. And today we're looking at sales. We started with marketing yesterday, and we said marketing is the activities a company engaging in promoting and selling products and services, right? Sales, on the other hand, is the process of selling a product or services in exchange for money. And we also said tomorrow we'll be looking at closing. Now, sales is actually the art of moving from, again, in communication or in marketing, it involves communication. It involves branding. It involves, getting attention for the brand. But when you move down to sales, at this point, you want to niche it down. You want to be more detailed. You want to now mention what product or what service, for how much, right? And why should they buy it? How much do you want to receive for it? What medium will you use to exchange the value? So when we get to sales, we are now looking at, in detail, lead generation, customer acquisition. We're looking at prospects. We're looking at telemarketing. We're looking at calling the customers. We're looking at one-on-one marketing and pitching the product and services to the customer. So many times, this is the element I want you to take seriously. We think that we are selling, meanwhile we're marketing. Now hear this. By the time you're marketing, sometimes you're not necessarily too niche in terms of those you are communicating to, e.g., you do a billboard, right? But yet you are selling a product that is worth $100,000, right? Average product. Now, both those who can afford $100,000 and those who cannot afford it are both seeing your billboard. But when you are getting to the level of sales, I always say this, that sales is only initiated when you are face to face or communicating, with a customer, or you call it a prospect, who have the capacity to pay for what you're selling. I'm not saying they're interested. We'll take care of the interest later. But they have the capacity to buy. And that's why when we talk about lead generation, we're looking at quality leads. What does quality lead mean? It means you're talking to somebody who can afford it. Not necessarily somebody who said, I'm interested, but they can afford it. And it's important to know that you haven't really initiated the process of sales when you are not yet talking to somebody who can afford, right? It's very, very important that this must be realized when you get to the point of selling. And it's also critical to know that part of selling includes cold calling, right? You're calling people sometimes you don't know. You don't know whether they're ready. You don't know whether they can afford. You don't know who they are. So part of sales is, and that's why we call something sales funnel, right? Uh, in the shape of a funnel, meaning there's a wider angle where you're just taking everybody in, and then you gradually begin to sieve them. At some point, and we'll call it upsell. You can do a WhatsApp sales funnel. You can do a social media sales funnel. Okay, but one unique characteristics of an effective sales funnel is something we call ethical bribe. Yes, you heard me. Ethical bribe. An ethical bribe is something that is almost linked to what you're trying to sell. Okay, a version of what you're trying to sell that you can afford to give for free, but it's of value. So I give you an example. I sell Rolls Royce. I'm into car dealership. Okay. Now, rather than necessarily just do an advert, which is okay, and there's nothing wrong with that, that's also part of selling, to say, hey, come buy Rolls Royce. I can practically start a podcast, educating people about the futures of Rolls Royce and then making it available for free. That will attract a lot more people to come. Of course, not everybody who come can afford the Rolls Royce, but it will also attract those who also can afford the Rolls Royce. So I'm selling a house in Banana Island, right? I may not just want to say, oh, come buy this house, Banana Island. I may want to start by giving the history of Banana Island, how it was and feel, the images, if I can get them, of Banana Island in the 60s, how it was transformed, the evolution of Banana Island, the kind of houses in Banana Island, the benefits. So I started a whole podcast around just Banana Island. And that positioned me to be in a better position to sell houses in Banana Island than somebody else who is not doing that. So you must look for an ethical bribe that you want to offer. Free coaching call on affordability, free coaching call with people who can give you mortgage, right? Free seminars, free conferences. Ethical bribe is one of the most powerful strategy if you're interested in doing what we call selling, right? A ChatGPT can give you almost an ebook now, okay, around how to avoid being duped when buying a land. Okay, how to avoid fraud when buying your house. 10 things you must know about before buying a house. 10 ways to raise capital for your land or for your house. Okay, I remember somebody did something very interesting, and you could do it as well. And he talked about having an ebook on how to buy land for free. Oh boy, everybody rushed it, whether they believe him or not. And of course, he ended up also selling courses. But the bottom line is that he had property to sell as well. So figure out, that's assignment number one, what you can offer, either an ebook, either video course, either article for 30 days on real estate that you think the subject matter will attract a lot of people who have interest in real estate. This is a good way to begin the journey of selling. Number two assignment I'm giving you today is this, and this is very powerful to selling, is telemarketing, right? You must figure a way to get leads, and you must do cold calling at the beginning of real estate. because you don't yet have the funding to get very, very professional companies to begin to help you with your lead generation, quality leads, and all of that. You may not have that. So when I started, how did I do it? You used to be in the days of the. So I want to advise you: look for a good content today and send it to everybody on your WhatsApp broadcast list. Everybody, quality, something that people will thank you for, right? And a quality 10 powerful things to know before you buy your house, right? Something that they will read, they will go through. It could be a video, short video as well, that they will, it could even be a cut, in one of my videos. I've done several videos on YouTube. Go there, Dr. Ezra Kintayo, right? On land banking, on 10 things. You could even just cut that and just say, hey, my mentor has this video for you. I promise you're going to change your life. And by the way, my name is so. I'm a real estate consultant. For all your real estate needs, I'm here for you. Okay, do that. That's number 2. Number 3, start calling them. Hello, my name is this. And let me give you a formula to calling. And this is very, very important. I will soon go to closing. Calling is not equal to closing, right? And you will have to start from calling before you get to closing, right? You cold calling, follow-up calls, because that's when you then know whether they are warm lead or cold leads, right? You have to call first. And one of the powerful things when you're making your first call, sales calls, is to make sure you go straight and conclude what you're trying to say before you then ask the person you're calling a question to reply you. So I give you an example. Let's role play this, right? I have a gentleman come, Tolu. Yes, let's assume you're the one I'm calling, Tolu, right? Yes, so, hello, Mr. Tolu. How are you today? Good afternoon. Now you're being disrespectful because I'm your boss. Now imagine you are not expecting me. You don't know who I am. You're having a bad day, and I'm calling you. So let's play this again, okay? Hello, sir. How are you today?
Hello, please, who am I on to?
Fantastic. Right? You see? So many of you are angry that a lot of times you call people, they curse you out. They don't even want to listen to you and all that. It was because of their approach. So let me try it again. Okay? This is another approach that I'm recommending you should use. Hello, sir. How are you today? My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as the world's most influential investment coach of African descent, and I help wealthy people make more money through real estate investment. Are you interested, sir?
Wow, good afternoon, Mr. Stephen. It's good to hear from you. Wow, I'm very much interested in investments. You can go ahead.
Okay, now maybe it's too generous because I'm his boss again. But you agree with me that something suddenly has changed, right? He's no longer asking that question of who are you? Where did you get my number? Do you see the point? Okay, because I went quickly to show him or to communicate to him that a very important person is calling him and that I help successful people. Okay, and then turn it to a question whether he's interested. The worst I will get from him is no, I'm not interested, and we save each other's time. Everybody can go home, right, and move on, right? Or this is not the best time to call. I'm interested, but I'm busy right now. Call me back later. But I can assure you the response will be a lot positive. Okay, so that's assignment number 3 or 4. I'm sure you're counting. Call 50 people today. I have a formula, and it's a very powerful assignment if you can practice it. No poverty can escape calling, can endure calling 50 people for 30 days. No poverty can survive you calling 50 people every day for the next 30 days. No poverty can survive it. So if you're really serious about selling, being a great salesperson, call 50 people every day and you'll see how your life will change. I'm more dangerous. I do 300. 50 that I speak to verbally on call, and 250 that I chat with on DM, on WhatsApp, on chats, on via email, but every day, right? And you say, but where will I get the leads? Go on LinkedIn. Just you can, and there's LinkedIn now even gives you sometimes a 30-day free trial, right? For you to have LinkedIn Premium. And you know, with LinkedIn Premium, you can send direct DM to no matter how powerful people are or whoever is there. And the same thing you can do to many other people on Instagram. Just enter their DM and just introduce yourself just the same way I just did to Tolu, but this time with text, with a short video. You can even do a video recording yourself smiling in 30 seconds, deliver your sales pitch. So set up a sales pitch, verbally communicate it to 50 people, and if possible, try to also message it to 250 people, making 300 communications every day for 30 days. And I promise you will make tremendous sales that you've never done before in your life. I look forward to seeing you part 3, which is tomorrow, and we're going to be looking at the art of closing. It's going to be great. I look forward to seeing you. Remember, ask in the community. We have different WhatsApp community. Make sure you get one. Our links for you to join the challenge and to join the WhatsApp groups and, submit your assignments. We're holding each other accountable for the number. I'm giving a car, brand new one, to the person who sells the highest. Ask in the group, what product am I to sell? They're going to give you the product. They're going to give you the content, the write-ups, everything you need to be able to sell. All will be given to you, ladies and gentlemen. So, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow in part 3. I love you. I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo.
Dr. Stephen Akintayo is a globally renowned investment coach, real estate mogul, and philanthropist of African descent. He is the chairman of G-Text Holdings, which operates across the US, UK, Dubai, and Nigeria, with multiple subsidiaries. He is also the founder of the Stephen Akintayo Foundation, SAF. He's a member of the Forbes Business Council and a recipient of several prestigious awards, including the Forbes Best of Africa Leading Investment Coach and Real Estate Mogul by Forbes Best of Africa Award, 2023. Dr. Akintayo spearheads a $200 million expansion project in the U.S., solidifying his impact in global real estate. His vision is to control 25,000 green and smart homes across 4 continents and have a real estate portfolio of $40 billion under management by 2035. Through the Stephen Akintayo Foundation, he aims to empower 1 million entrepreneurs by 2050, offering grants and mentorship to drive financial independence and sustainable development. An advocate for wealth creation education, he founded the Stephen Akintayo University. Robert Kiyosaki, John Maxwell, Brian Tracy, Grant Cardone, Ryan Serhat, Sam Adeyemi, Les Brown, Dan Locke, and Dr. Cosmas Maduka are among the many facilitators at Stephen Akintayo University and authored 45 books, including Billionaire Habits. They are available on Amazon or visit store.stephenakintayo.com. He hosts investment chat in a Rolls-Royce and other influential platforms, featuring global thought leaders. Despite humble beginnings in Maiduguri, Nigeria, Dr. Akintayo overcame adversity to build a multi-billion-dollar empire. He holds degrees in microbiology, strategic leadership, and real estate investment, and is a Harvard alumnus. Driven by social impact, he launched the Mercy Food Bank, aiming to feed 1 billion people by 2050. Dr. Akintayo loves adventures like travel, skydiving, scuba diving, hot air balloon experience, swimming, and golfing, and many more adventures. He's married and blessed with children, and continues to inspire through his transformative vision, leadership, and philanthropy. To invite Dr. Stephen Akintayo for a speaking engagement, kindly visit www.stephenakintayo.com/booking or email a@stephenakintayo.com.
Nice. How would you explain this? That a lady that just joined the sales team in less than 2 months closed a deal of 30 million naira after joining the team. In this economy, Let's listen to her. Hi, Ms. Olabisi. So tell us, when did you join the team at Jicters?
I joined the team 15th June this year. Yeah, 15th June this year.
Wow, that is less than 2 months, right?
Yes.
So why did you join the team?
I've been wanting to join the team. I've been struggling with sales for a while, even though I've been in the business of real estate. This is my biggest personal sales so far. And closing a deal of 30 million naira all by myself.
That is so powerful and that changed everything for you.
I learned a lot. I learned how to pitch to customers. I learned how to do phone closing. I learned how to attract customers. I learned how to nurture and convert customers. I also learned how to use this digital marketing to sell properties. Also, I learned a lot from Dr. Stephen Akintayo's training sections.
Wow, that is a lot. So tell us, what is your commission like?
That's the juicy part. Oh. Commission is just the juicy part. 10% of 30 million naira is like 3 million naira.
Wow, you mean in less than 2 months, you made 3 million naira in this economy? Guys, this is super exciting.
I realized that real estate realtors, that will actually book for you guys. It's called the Billionaire Realtor. I've sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in 17 years. And you can clap where also this year making our 10th year as a real estate developer. We do real estate development in the US, we do different states, Nigeria, in the UK, Dubai, so US brokerage firm in Dubai as well. And one of the things I decided to do this year to give back. So I have a new book called Becoming a Billionaire Realtor, right? How do you sell properties in the levels of billions? But I realized that the biggest problem we have as realtors, as real estate agents, real estate brokers, is that many times we are not convinced about what we are selling. We don't even use what we are selling. So as many of you are realtors have bought a land, okay? And some of us have sold properties, made good money, or we use that money to pay, I'm owing this person, not pay my rent, I need a new car, right? I'm going to all these other things, and we're not investing in the business that we want, that we do, and that shows that you don't believe what you're doing. I remember one of my friends who was working in a company selling properties for them. And one day his boss asked him to take a client to site. And sometimes clients can also be arrogant, they think they are doing you a favor. So as they were going, and he knew they were quite arrogant. So of course, in his usual polite manner, he kept frustrating. Tell me, sir. Yes, sir. Branch that place. They even treated like he was a driver. So because of the conversation, you pass the place in Lekki. So how about this estate? What's going on here? So you will give them the breakdown. By the way, I bought one plot there 6 years ago. Then you go to mention. By the time he was done mentioning the properties he had, the story changed. Yes, sir. They were talking to you like a driver. Because what he owns himself is way more than what we were trying to buy from the company. Am I making sense of job? So if you want to earn your respect as a property agent, oftentimes in our company, my staff always say, we'll give you sell more. I said, the only reason why I sell more is not that I'm better than you, is that the investor know I put in more money, right, than him in that business. What will you first buy the land? Before I possibly come back to am I making sense at all? So there is that natural respect that, hey, this person is not just selling, he's not just wanting me to buy. He believes in this thing. He's put his own money. Does that make sense at all? Yes. And he's asking me to join him in something he truly believes in. Is this helpful?
So I want to encourage you, can you have a goal of owning land this year? Not just a goal of I want to sell 1 billion worth of property alone. I want to sell this. Have a goal to say by December this year, I want to own 3 plots, I want to own 1 acre. It has a way of turning things around. Am I making sense, John? Number 2 benefit of you owning property, even though you are an agent that sells property, is that it helps your self-esteem. It helps your what? Self-esteem. Come on, everybody. It helps your what? Self-esteem. I always say, put it this way: I can know a rich man, even if he's on boxers. How you know money has an aura? Who knows it? It's why some of you are judging rich people by see where it is now. Last event yesterday, and I checked the man in charge of us, so she didn't even know we were one of the sponsors. She was outside at Ladipo. So I came up, but she was now waiting maybe for some new people to come. As soon as she now saw the police escort that came to pick me, I didn't enter the car. She was not making that she wanted to talk to me. Come. Meaning, she must have sized me, is he wearing designers? No, it's not. But when she now saw escort, I think it's the one. But guess what? If you have started building wealth for yourself, you need to you know what I'm saying? You want to recognize your kind. Because you know it's not by designers. By 1 p.m. today, you see Dr. Cosmos here. You see whether he has 1 designers. And that's the man that, as I speak to you, projects ongoing are over $2 billion. I'm down close to $200. Okay? But he's not going to wear any designers here. He's not going to wear anything. So you will literally pass the man by and say, you don't look like it's going to get money. And you are seeing old money original, raw cash. Are we learning at all? Yes. So you have to become your customer. That's what I'm saying. If you want people to be buying property from you, you also have to own it, because it helps boost your what? Self-esteem. You won't even know it, but there's an aura you carry. There's a way you carry yourself. There's a way you talk. There's a self-respect that comes on you, because you now know you carry something. I think it was Reverend Sam that talked about this thing, and it's very powerful. I never forget it. He said, when you start saving money, you begin to invest in savings. You will overcome images, and I'll ask you a question. So what that does for you? As soon as you want to start thinking negatively, as soon as you want to start thinking, my account is low, remember, I get 2 plots of land for Uzape. In fact, the price has increased now to from 20 million that I bought is that 100 million each. I have 200 million. You start missing back excitement. I'm not making sense to talk. Similar to when you save money. When you save, and that's why more money then keeps coming. There's a reason why the rich keep getting richer. And then the poor keeps getting what? Poorer. Because the energy of a poor man keeps him perpetually poor. And the energy of a rich man, the aura, the excitement, keeps magnetizing what? Opportunities to him or her. Is this making sense to talk? Yes. So please set it as a goal. This year, I want to own properties of my own, not to be selling and then collect commission. I want to own. I want to customer. By the way, I also have my own 5 plots in that estate. I'm going to come and buy. So I have to step into bail him out. But after I bailed him out, when we got to my room, I said, you are suffering from something called imposter's syndrome. You know I'm going to know who you are. Am I making sense at all? Enough of my chairman. Your chairman is just beside you having his hair cut. Why are you the one talking to him if your chairman wants to talk to him? Am the one that went to talk to him, introduce who you are. So the thing of one of the prophet. Yeah, he was asking me yesterday. Models, yes, in this Abuja. And all manner of other funny hotels. Hotels without name. Those hotels that even the signage don't remove. Some of the signage are removed. That's stated. It's a face. Tell your neighbor, life is a face. Say anxiety. Give your size matter. Don't start your life at the level your role models are. Don't. It's a face, and there are faces to everything we do. I will end it here. So, overcome imposter syndrome. Can somebody tell me the definition of imposter syndrome? If you want to Google it, I don't mind. I want to hear the official definition. Yes. who wants to define what is an imposture syndrome? Because many of us as realtors suffer from this. I know you have to approach people and talk to them, isn't it? And many of us are battling with this. Yes, who wants to define it?
Okay, imposter syndromes are.
Yes.
Okay, it's a
So
process.
what's the definition of dictionary definition?
Dictionary, I know. Dictionary.
Okay.
It's a psychological process whereby an individual thinks low of himself with his capacity.
So it is the opposite of pride. How did you say so? What is pride? It's a psychological situation where a person thinks too high of themselves. You see the point now? So, and in Africa, you say pride goes before a fall. Imposter syndrome and pride are the same. Both are not good. Right? When you think too low of yourself, and so you just keep pushing your name down, you keep telling people they have the permission to what? Ignore you. They have the permission not to give you some respect. That's the imposter syndrome. I want you to know you are important. Can you tell your neighbor, see, look at me, look me where I am very struggle with this. You are trying to talk to somebody looking, and you see, or suffering from imposter syndrome, or you have been held at the red carpet with them. So we took pictures. And then this guy just jumped from nowhere. I don't know who he is. And he moved to, let's take a picture. I'm also a real estate. I didn't want to be. Then I thought, okay, let's pose. Then I was like, let's go back to red carpet at that point. Okay. And even in the picture, he now stretch his hand like this. I should shake him. Well, I should him. Yes.
How do you now draw a line between being humble, between humility and imposter syndrome?
Beautiful. I like that question. Drawing the line is having one, a healthy realization of who you are, a healthy, and then respecting the other party, even whether they are high or low. You see the point now? Because when you have pride, it's usually coming from you not respecting the other party. You see where we're going? It's you not respecting the other party. So if you respect, you have good back for yourself, but also now have a healthy respect for the other party, you will have balance and cancel pride. Does this make sense at all? The problem is by being rude to the other party. You see the point now? So technically, when you have a healthy self-esteem, you will respect yourself and you respect the other party, even if they are not at your level or higher than you. So, healthy respect for the gentleman I was willing to take pictures of him. Rudeness is to think he has the right to carry me back to the red carpet. I have an appointment. I'm going somewhere else. Am I making sense at all? Rudeness is to be posting, and you could see. There's a way you can stretch your hand. You want a handshake in a more humble way, but the way you want to show that that's so good. So at that point, you are being disrespectful to the other party, right? Confidence is in daring to come and meet me to take a picture. You should be confident enough to do that. But the imposter syndrome is to say, who am I? We mortals. Where people are great Dr. Stephen is, you are somebody and you are important. And you'll be shocked that even Dr. Stephen respects you. It's you not respecting it. Am I making sense at all? But pride is when you now don't come from a place of courtesy, a place of respect. That's how. Are we learning? Sure. Okay, we are not asking questions, we are discussing. Have I answered you? Yes, we talked about some proper. Aha. But are we blessed at all? Yes. Are we sure we are? Yes. Okay, good. Syndrome, we have somebody with an ass. We are going now. She was sitting behind. She stood up. Then the question is, do I qualify? Hey! You have equal rights with them. Am I making sense at all? You have equal rights with them. They stood up. They are not yet in front. You have equal rights. You have the right to come out before them. Two of us. Hey. So why not say, hey, you see, there is fake humility we do in Africa. It's fake. It's fake, it's not real. And you are when you develop world, if you don't look at people I want to help. Are you aware? So there's a lot of this. People to do, maybe around them. I don't know what you're talking about. Imposter syndrome. So who wants to blame the imposter syndrome? Who wants to blame the person they are talking to? Okay, so address it. This is the Babolo that we are trying to approach by property.
It's very, very because has very, very deep respect for that university. You just restrict people that are if you would like, I send you a text.
No, I won't be able to see it. I'm very busy.
I'm just trying to
if I call you, answer me.
What I try to say. You mentioned this thing like 3 times. Now, what do you want to do?
Just get back.
I will just give the number of my PA. You talk with him. I don't have that time now.
Can you come back? To be sure that this is not your real estate, right?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Abraham. I work with Sticks and Home Dates, and I'm here to tell you about some of our prospects properties that will be good for you. Okay, so if you don't mind, I would like to give you my card. And then just get it from my wife.
I hear you.
Here's my card, sir. Because you know, they're Jesus woman.
This is really you.
You know, they're Jesus woman. Social media, yes. You can actually follow me on Instagram. Yes. So, sir, that's my number. Let me get your number. All right. Thank you so much. I'll send you a text message right now. And then, have a nice day, sir.
No. I said act a proud person. That's all right. So to be so what have you acted?
That's what confidence.
Confidence person. Now, there were elements of pride there. First of all, you can't say your customer should call you or follow you on social media. Those are pride, isn't it? What other elements of pride do you notice? You have your card. She'll not be waiting for you to go and bring your card. She'll have had your card before that, right? But other parts were very healthy. Your voice was loud. If you notice, she had a very firm, loud, unlike the previous one where you couldn't even hear what she was saying, right? Her tone was bold and brave and all of that. So let's rehearse a properly arrogant person, and we now rehearse a healthy, confidence. But now let's rehearse arrogance. Very arrogant.
Hi. Did you come here also for the program?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So I have some properties that you like. I know you have this money. So it's actually me doing you good. So I'm going to give you the flyer now, and then I'll get your number, and then I'll call you, and then follow up from there.
You don't give me space to talk, sir.
So that's the arrogant.
That's all.
Yeah, I'm not so arrogant.
Who wants to react to very arrogant? Yeah, that's right. Please come for us. Good one. Person. Healthy confidence. Healthy confidence. You can look at what eyeball. You have conversation with them, but you are courteous, you are respectful. In our place where we bow or we kneel, you can give those courtesy greetings, but still when you talk, they know you know what you're talking about, and you're very confident. Are we together now? Yes. And that's really where we want everyone to be. Confidence, not arrogance. Confidence, not arrogance. Confidence, not arrogance. Confidence, not arrogance. So, who wants to realize a confident approach to self-real estate?
Hi, good morning. and you really love your dress.
And then namanya zomo yeka body is an estimate for abo. And the Kenya mahanyama zoom. Oh.
I'm Cynthia.
Oh, Cynthia, nice to meet you. You do pretty well financially. Have you ever looked at real estate? Is that something you want to try?
Sure.
Okay, have you gone into it before?
Not really.
Okay.
Something I would like to consider.
Okay, well, real estate is broad, and then I can show you like 10 different ways that you could actually make your money work for you and multiply your money. This is something you'll be looking at trying.
I don't mind.
Okay, how about we connect? Where works for you? Instagram, WhatsApp? Where works?
WhatsApp is fine.
Okay, so how about we exchange contacts and then we take it up from there?
That's okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'll manage it. First of all, I don't think it makes sense to think how to connect with people with that social media. Right? It's your Gen Zs that want to connect with you on social media. Right? So you're trying to deal with high net worth individuals. Many of them are way older than you. Are we together? And some people, if they have social media, they don't go there. Right? So you still want to play the old card adage of having a complementary card. Even if you don't have access to money, you know, because that's their world. Their world is complementary card, not their social media is complementary card. Right? And a lot of high net worth older people are still in that world. So you want to say, can I have your card? I'll give you a call, sir. And if you notice there was not enough sir, ma, you know, there are conscious words. I've seen many people reach out to me and they forget these things, conscious words. And you also want to know their title. It demands chief. You know they joke with a chieftaincy title. Eh? He doesn't joke with it, right? If he's a doctor or which other one, where sir, you know, barrister. So be prof, be conscious of people's title. You may not care about title, but some of them do what? They care. And they see it as rudeness when you don't use their titles to what? To address them. So those are also where arrogance comes in, because sometimes when we say you're arrogant, it's not like you wanted to be arrogant. It's just that you didn't understand conscious way of dealing with people. If is coming back and you are sitting down, and then they are greeting you and they stretch their hand to greet you, and you sit down to greet them, that's rude. You need to stand up, okay, to greet them. Those are little. Now, even if you are the most humble person in this world, by just choosing to sit down, in that definition, you are what? You're rude. You're proud. You're arrogant. And so we must understand the general and in an easy way, being arrogant means you lack us. That means you lack us. Because once you can follow the proper etiquette of talking to people, of treating people with dignity, then they will respect you. And respect is reciprocal. I will share this story with how I met all my real estate mentors called Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone controls over $8 billion worth of real estate assets in the US, right? And he's out to mentor me in real estate in the US. And the day I met him, I read so much line and going through stuff. I started to buy business class scale from Lagos, fly down to Florida. Cost me a lot, paid for one of his trainings. And I didn't know he wasn't even going to be a speaker at that event. So during the break, I came out and then I saw him in his G-Wagon, was making a phone call. And then I saw his bodyguard opposite the G-Wagon. Okay? And what did I do? Protocol. Don't forget it's courtesy and protocol. Bridging it is equal to what? Pride in the world of high net worth people. So because I understand, I also have security and protocols around me. I knew that the right thing is to go out of that protocol. Nothing. Remember I said email, G-Wagon, making phone call. But there was somebody who I knew was a security guy opposite standing. So I went to meet the guy, say, hey, I'd love to talk to Uncle G. I came all the way from Nigeria. Again, did you hear me say Uncle G? Or did you hear me? Yes, sir. He's a white guy, not black. You all love to say white people, they don't care about respect. Okay? That's how I talked to Uncle G. I came all the way from Nigeria. So, yes, on the phone call. Once it's done, I will tell you, hopefully you can approach. Like, okay, let me buy a book at reception. The next door was on to reception. So I buy some book and then come out. Hopefully it will be done. People, they don't want to score by then. So, but the reception was Sunday, I could see him from the window of the reception. So I went to the receptionist, bought some of the books. I was seeing him that I was still making call. Only to see this African American couple passing, because I would see everybody from that window. And they passed the security guard, like they were passing to, because there's an exit door, exit gate outside of the premises. Once they passed the security guard, they just turned back and gave to Grand Canyon. Uncle G, hey, brother, their phone, hey, make a selfie, hey, Grand Canyon, hey. You know, reluctantly, wind down, you know, try to smile, he was still in the car for their selfie picture. He was finished again, he started another long conversation. You know, he was just a bit, but he didn't want to be good, right? I was done, I walked out, stood beside the same security guy. And he could see us. He saw me the first time talking to the guy because it was something he could see. He saw me go back to that same security guy and said, I would love to see. Which he said, once these guys are done, you can approach. Right? So they were done, they left, then I approached. Hello, sir. You know, all the courtesy work. My name is so I came all the way from Nigeria. It was great what you were doing. You will not believe it. He opened his door, came down, was like, oh my goodness. Brought out his own phone, asked his staff to take our picture. The difference. Okay? Why? Because I respected the what? The person. Now, someone will say, no, that's timidity. That's not timidity. No, that's not being timid. I could as well do what those people did. I would still have struggled to take a selfie, but it would be the one where the man by himself, honored by you, right? And was a sergeant. And you know why it made more sense to him? Because he saw how good those people were. And the difference between how I approached him and how those people were approached, I wouldn't learn it at all. So when we were saying you are arrogant, sometimes breaching protocol, sometimes not using the conscious words or please, I'm sorry. Some of us, for example, argue with customers. Somebody say your property is expensive, you know, and you say, no, we're the cheapest. You don't need to argue. I wish we had time to handle objection. You say my property is cheap. I say, well, you know, luxury is relative. What some people say is expensive is cheap to some people. But I understand that we are not a what's it called? Huh? Not everybody can afford it because in reality also excellence is not cheap. This is how you handle that objection. Instead of that saying, it's not true, sir, we are the cheapest, we are not expensive. Okay, I accept. But I am also explaining to you why we cannot be cheap. And sometimes you think people will not buy, even then buy. Because you are able to, in a confident way, defend why you are not cheap. That excellence is not cheap. Right? I realize one of the major things people always talk about our company, but that we're not cheap. And our campaign this year is by, all through this year, we're using those ones. I don't know if you have said our billboard in Vegas, in Paris. You can apply for those. Probably have about 9 billboard, and you see, if all wanted to put there, you cannot compare Toyota with Rolls Royce, right? GTX is the Rolls Royce of real estate. But how come you know they don't want us to use the names of those companies, right? So I'm not going to be arguing with you that I'm cheap, but you know, I know I'm cheap. Why do I know I'm cheap? Because I am saving you a whole lot of the headache you will see eventually get So you go and buy fraudsters. And I call them fraudsters because many of them didn't plan to dupe you. It's just that they were not correct business people. I'll give you an example. Are you aware that if you buy a land at let's say 1 million and you sell it for 2 days to your estate, are you aware? Guarantee. The estate is it. Should I break it down for you? So that you know how a lot of these cheap estates you are selling, why they are feeling. I mean, I don't work for them, but I can tell you, they didn't intend to do their plans. But they don't have proper administrative structure to have helped them understand cost accounting and proper pricing. So I bought a land for 1 million, right? Why we count for them to have I bought the land for 1 million, I decided to sell for what? 2 million, isn't it? 2 million naira. So let's do the breakdown. How much is the commission? Huh? It's land. 200,000 naira is the commission. I mean, okay. How much do you think it will cost me to put signage on the site and a few things I need to do, preliminary work, that we need to do, just to at least be able to help people know even if it's small fence, a few things, how much? Huh? I'm saying our plots now, if we just spread the price per plot. I know it may cost us around 100 million, but we're spreading it per plot. Like how much? 300,000. Someone say 400. Let's say 300. 300,000. Okay? Let's assume we sell the entire land in the next 3 months. Everybody hear this so that you see what I'm talking about. The next 3 months, we're going to finish selling the entire land. What do you think is the salary we need to pay staff? Office rents, internet, and all these regulatory bills, right? In that 3 months that we're using to sell. Like how much? Huh? 2.5. No, we're spreading across the. Let's say we're buying 500 plots now. We're spreading it across the 500. So let's say another 200,000, right? Depending on how big my staff size is, isn't it? Okay. Now, for me to avoid the approach, you agree I need to have 30 people on site. Yes. Right? Same land that's to another land. And the other stories like that. Somebody said they bought a land from an estate, but somebody is going to build on the land they bought. Well, a lot, I mean. Good. Now, you and I know that as much as here it is, I finish selling that land in 3 months. I have to give a security man salary till eternity. Practically. Right? At least for the next 10 years. Before maybe some of the owners will now start taking possession. So how much should we budget for that? 2 security men, even if they are local hunters.
10,000.
For 10 years. At least, let's say you are paid like 50,000 naira, right? Times 12. Then times 10. What does that give? 6 million. 6 million. If they are 50,000 times 12, how much? 600,000. Then times 10. Then times 2. 12 million. That's 12 million to pay, this security men. So technically, we can say for a plot, we spread it across all those plots. We can put maybe another 250. of just I wish you now we need a brand ambassador, we need to print brochure, we need to do red adverts. Yeah? Yeah?
Advert will be more expensive than any other.
No, we do adverts, we do all of that. How much do we put on that? Sometimes we even do billboards too, like this one. Right? 1 million. Now, there are still more bills that are not finished, but let's even calculate what we have right now. Eh? Okay. Remember, we bought the land for 1 million. Have you? Yes, fuel for site inspection, because we always take people to see to sites and all of that. Let's also break that to just 150,000. As I do the calculation. 1 million, 2, 1.2, 1.350, right? 1.650. 3 million, 3.1 million. Can you see that it's already a field estate? Because you are selling the land for 2 million, and how much is your cost? This is what happens to many of the real estate you say you are selling for. I mean, Busayo that just finished training you, that's one of the challenges you have in one particular developer she was selling. They are ran into trouble. And when many of these clients eventually have a problem with the developer, it's you they will come after. But they don't need to go after the developer. So I tell real estate agents, sell for credible organization that will protect their name. I remember a man paid us $1 million for our property in the bank, and we never met. The only time we saw was the day he came to collect his key. So I asked him, I said, why did you send us $1 million and you never met us? What people are not doing? What people disappear? You know what he said to me? He said, your name is bigger than your numbers, and I know you will protect it. So I didn't have a problem that way. So work with organizations that have a reputation to what? To protect. I'm not making sense to you. And let the customer know that it's not in their interest to buy from companies that will fail. It's penny wise, pound foolish. It's not in their interest. It's not in their interest. There are people now going about saying they are selling houses. And you know, one house they sold to 3 customers. And all manner of sharp practices going on in the name of real estate. Right? Yes, there was all over. People everywhere. Now it's everywhere. Right? Declaring it's not about how far, it's about how well. A good name is better than silver and gold. I would rather work with an organization that is not seen or has a good name, and my name, my integrity will be intact during business with me. Have you learned it at all? Have you learned something today? Come on, I need to learn it. So please, we are doing a lot of this conversation to help us be better. And one thing I want to say also, please, it is rude to come late for a training like this. It costs us millions to put it together. And when you come late, you have insulted us. And this is my case. And you insulted those who came earlier as well. Right? And this is what I always say to people. If you were to have paid 50,000 for this, will you be late? The answer is no. You have come early. So you see why I don't like doing free trainings. Right? Because you do a free training and people insult you by coming late. It's all right. Because the money we will have charged you guys, it took it over. The least you can do is just come in to say, I value what you're going to train me. I value what you're going to say. And you sit early. Because these are still the same thing that we calculated as what pride when dealing with customers. The customer fixed an appointment with you, you got there late. And then you are saying, well, the customer is not nice. He didn't buy from you. Why did I buy from you? Why? I want to do business with you and you are late. How many of you know that the first sign of integrity is internet? Are you out? Huh? Who can tell me one? The first sign that a man or woman has integrity is the ability to come in. Who can tell me one? Oh, anyway, why is it that coming early is one of the first things a person has integrity? Yes.
Shows you're a man of your word.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm looking for. Well, shows respect. Shows respect. Really, well.
Shows seriousness.
Seriousness. The what?
Shows discipline.
Yes, show discipline, but that's what I'm looking for. Yes. How does coming early prove you have integrity? The reason is because the one thing you have control over is your time. Even when you claim it was traffic, you could have factored traffic. That, oh, this meeting is 8 a.m. in the rush hour. People are taking their children to school, right? So I need to leave. Maybe on a good day, Google Maps said it's 30 minutes drive. No, I need to probably go 1 hour, 30 minutes before. Because of those children that are going to go to school. I will let them at all. So the only thing you have control over is your time. You don't even have control over contractor. You don't even have control over what the developer. You don't have control over so many things. So if the one thing you have control over, you still mess that up, I can't trust you. I can't trust you. Because if you can't work so hard to keep to time on something you have control over, the ones you don't have control over, you don't do anyhow. After all, it's not my fault. After all, it's not me. And then you won't have any form of empathy to make sure that the customer God gets what they have. Are we learning here? So please, I many of you will vow today that this will be the last time you come to anything. Right? Because when you are late, a lot of you notice what late is essentially right near them. You notice, I can give you a 1 hour lecture on lateness. So when you come late, you are dead to the meeting. You are dead. You are dead to the meeting. Can I be honest with you? The one thing I did that changed my finances was the day I vowed to take myself seriously. And I will prove that I take myself seriously. I will never be afraid. Then the late start for normal. I will sit down there and watch it. And I'll be glad in myself that I took myself serious to come in. That was the beginning of my breakthrough financial. And what it did was that people started respecting me. Around the years as you know, said the place is stopped. Is it only you? It's us.
No, I'm consenting the way I said me too.
Let's look at your sweats and what you Are we together now? Are we sure? So that changed my life. So today, a lot of high network respect because they know I'm young, but I have an old school mentality to doing business. You will not keep your relation solid with your customers to a point that you both write a book together. You are not the same. Who knows what I'm doing? And many of you, it's not because you don't have that opportunity to go far in life business. It's just lack of discipline. You just say to yourself, I will take myself be serious enough. How of you promise me that this year, take myself. And that's what we're doing. That's what we do. When you take yourself serious enough to have respect for you and the next person. Because I start making you to think of the next person when you do something. Some really look for you to have spent years. Even this whole look, teaching watch 1 hour minutes, 2 hours. If I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. So if I will be there for the person, 30 minutes before, 20 minutes before, 10 minutes before, I'll be there.
approach is, I will promise. And like I said, no people will want to fail. I've been to meetings where they fail. I didn't bother myself. I won. Because this is competition against me, not the other person. I want to prove to myself I can keep it. I can be disciplined. I can do the right thing. I got for an event where they gave me 30 minutes, 1 hour to speak. I didn't spoke for 20 minutes because they were late. And I told them, someone close to 20 minutes. Blame the organizers because they started late. Because I came here before them. They were the ones that drag and drag and drag. And when you start living your life that way, people will have no choice and respect. Have no choice. Because you take yourself seriously. Can everybody put your hand on your chest and Stephen Akida, put your hand. Vow to myself.
Vow to myself.
That this year.
That this year.
I will take myself seriously.
I will take myself seriously.
I will remain. I will meet target sets. I will keep promises. When I agree something with someone, I will do everything in my power to the agreement. For any reason, outside of my power, I cannot keep to the agreement. I will communicate to them on time. I cannot meet on them. So help me God. That is how we should move this year. No failing people, disappointing people. I want to raise Billionaire Realtors this year, and I want all the book for you guys. I encourage you to get a copy of the book. But I want to raise people at this that even the kind say, who change? Say Dr. says, no one die. I know that the change one. Who wants to get such? I said, who changes? Say, I know him. I'm not surprised. It's a discipline. Right? And he does everything smart to keep his point. It's important. In real estate, things will fail or communicate. There are situations where we couldn't meet up what we promised because we promised. Ask those who are interested. Have you sent a mail to the customer? Have you called the customer? Then we said it didn't reply. They keep disturbing the person until they reply. That is what's the time? What's the time? 10:26. 2 hours, 36 minutes. So people are just coming. This is how people do in Africa. So are we together now? So let that be what will be known for this year. I'll wrap up with this as we wrap up. Have you been blessed? Yes, sir. Have you been blessed?
Yes, sir.
I want to wrap up with a testimony of our acting MD for Cheated and Associate. Come to our boss. All of us it's our new boss, and it's a bit shy, but she's learning to come out of it. But our story is amazing. She joined us 2 years ago as an intern. And we have an internship program. Any one of you wants to join can still join. For 6 months, we used to charge people. For 6 months, you'll be working with us, but we'll be training you on how do you become a great realtor. How do you sell? What are the structures? You have that work experience when it comes to real estate. We don't charge you for it and we don't pay you for it, but we'll give you commission for any sales you make. Right? So she came through that program, and in her 4th month, she made her first 6 million commission. 6 million commission. I come for her. She has enough reason to work on. But beyond that, get this story because it's an inspiring story. And she ended that year, she did, I think, how much did you do in your first sales? About 150 million she made her first year. And she's never done real estate. Right? So we retained her after the 6 months because she sold, so we retained her as a staff. The second year, I was doing training in January, like I'm doing this training. I'm going to end this training with that same target. And I said, what is your target for 2024? She didn't have any.
She had to book up much. Amount just say 1.2 billion. Right? And I said, well, it will disappoint me. 1.2 billion you must do. Well, let's just say she closed last year with over 1.2 billion in sales. We gave all expense paid trip as well. And she made huge commission. If I moved from mainland to Lekki, she died Lekki. Life totally turned around. And that can be the story of anybody. Right? You just need to be under the right leadership and you need to have the right mentality that I'm willing to pay the price. Right? In fact, when she was to start the internship, she didn't have transportation to be coming to her. She had to call her auntie. So the auntie said, I've got this internship. So who's the person? I said, okay, give me his name, I'll Google him. When the auntie was done, he said, this man charged in dollars. You must go, I will send you money now for transportation. For him to be willing to train you for 6 months as an intern in his company without charging you, we must provide the transportation. So the auntie had to send that transportation to the company. And 2 years later, the story has totally changed. That she's even an acting MP to now inspire you guys as well. So I'm not very excited about it. As children, you are big, you can sell millions. With her guiding you, sharing some of what I taught her as well. I'm not very agree it's possible. Even if this is the first time you are starting the lesson, that you work with her and she will share with you some of the things she had to do. It included that she wasn't our office, she works from our only office, we have many offices in Lagos. And one of the things she shared with me was she would come 6:30 a.m. Someone who has 3 children. So I kept wondering who was every taking care of the 3 children. The Zoom was 6:30 a.m. See what we're talking about early. And what would she do? Put on joggers. Because there are a lot of working people in that estate and start jogging in the morning. That's how she met the first person. Because many of you fail to realize what Busara was saying. You don't have wealthy people in your network. It's not a course. And you cannot break through in real estate. If everybody in your network is poor, real estate is simple. It's about, do I have people who are rich that I know? Simple. There's nothing too complex about it. Now, if I don't have, what will be my compensation advantage? Am I making sense to talk? To now begin to meet wealthy people. That's where it starts from. Sales in real estate begin when you are face to face with someone who can afford what you are saying, not who's interested. If you are looking for who's interested, you enter a commercial box and say, in the name of Jesus, you will buy your land and see if everybody will be shouting amen. And all of them say they are interested. No, so. Now, the only person in that commercial box that will not say amen is the person who already has a land, who already has a house, and who has money to be able to afford it. Because you just say it's by prayer. So when you are praying that prayer, you won't say amen. Because he knows that it's not just by prayer that they own property. I will let it here. So the beginning is you rearranging your life to say, me, I don't know rich people, but I will restructure my life, number one, to be able to attract rich people. Number two, for rich people to be able to take me serious, because I will take myself serious. Number three, to be courteous, polite, to have seasoned words, right? To know how to talk. Some of you now, there's no way you can do 5 sentences without curse words or vulgar words. And then you want to say, to learn the place of patience, the place of character, the place of being a decent human being to attract something. Those are the things you want to learn. And I'm hoping if you work with myself and her for the next 1 year, right, that you will be able to do at least over $1 billion. Because you know what that means. If you sell over $1 billion and your commission is 10%, how much is your contract? How many of you will be better with $100 million? Right? So this year, I'm going to be working with her. I want to reach 1,000 people that will be able to sell over $1 billion in December this year. Who wants to join my 1,000 people? Right? And I want to encourage those of you who work in GTEX to say, and this is what I've taught people, you at my level, I'm humble. If you have to surpass me, I don't care. If you like, beat the age limit of my son. I'll come and do it. I don't get shame. If you know what I don't know, me, I'll come and learn. And that's why God is lifting me. I don't have shame. No, not those kind of shame. I tell people 2 things you cannot afford to have: poverty and pride. Oh, don't go to me. It's just an error. You are not rich and you are arrogant. Are you aware the most arrogant human being in this world are all people? You know how many money you have to put you know my age. Go and use it for that money. You know how long I've been in GTEX? This girl just joined us 2 years ago. I'm so she knows better than me. Yes. Go and learn. And I'm making sense of job. Yes. Go and learn. Those in our management structure, they know it's by result. You have results, you are my best friend in the company. Right? One of our staff is an intern. He joined us 4 months ago. I hosted him to a dinner. Yes. Because if you are an intern and you already do well, those who said they'd be there 10 years ago, what have they done? Tell your neighbor, say neighbor, look at your neighbor. Come on, there. If you cannot add value to my life this year, we don't need to be friends. Am I making sense at all? And tell me, say neighbor. Neighbor. I will take you serious this year. I will take you serious this year. The way you take it serious. I will take you serious this way. The way you add value to my life. You cannot add value. Just keep your space. Then your day. Make a day. It's very important. There has to be win-win. I say people, hey, my mentor. Even mentor need value to be added. Don't be a parasite. Hey, my boss, or to say, nice man. What value did you bring to the company? What value? Can't be all the time you need help. What value are you adding? Something. Are we learning at all? Add something. So she's willing to work with you, and I want all of you to get a number. We are starting a 90-day sales challenge. And I want all of you, I'm giving 1 minute. Write down how much you want to sell this year. Write it down, because it was the same way. It was January last year. I asked her, how much do you want to sell? Right? I said 1.2 billion. In fact, I regret after she did over 1.3 or 1.4. But then why did I choose 1.2? Because we have chosen 2 billion or 3 billion, I probably have it. Everybody write it down. How much do you want to sell this year? No, right. Then out of that money, how much do you want to be your own personal income? Write it down. The third thing I want you to write down, write it down. Don't say it in your mind, write it down. It's fine writing things down. The third thing is, what are the things you'll be able to do with those money? The example, I will move from my Riketi estate to Lekki, like in our case, so that my children can grow in good environment, right? I will, buy my own land. Remember, you had the land when I started there. Me too, I will buy my own 2 plots of land, 1 acre this year. I did. Okay? Whatever other thing, I will help my pastor, I will help my parents, I will do this, I will do that. I did. And why it's important to write it? The reason why many of us don't chase our dreams is because we haven't painted the benefits for us. Am I making sense? If you know this hard work where I did, will put me in a position to achieve this big dream I've always had, we'll go for it. Does that make sense at all? Right? You will chase those dreams because you know that that thing will get you, this thing you always desire. So add that thing you always desire in order to. Is it building a house for your parents? Is it doing something? Write it down. Let be something that's always been in your mind. I want to achieve this thing. That okay, if I hit this target, my commission will be able to help me to what? Achieve this thing I've always wanted to do. Makes sense? I've always wanted to live in a 5-acre minimum ranch in the US as my house. I didn't achieve it last year. I did. My house in the US is 3.3 acres. At least I tried. Right? It's 1.7 acres short of what I wanted. But eventually, today I live in my multi-million-dollar 3.3 acre ranch. So as I tell you, set the bar high. Success. Make sense? Set it so high. Have dreams. You know, the people who have certain good things of life, they don't have two heads. You two can have it. Write it down. That I want to be able to buy this, achieve this. Have you all done it? Are we sure? Okay, so we'll be here by this. We're going to 3 on Instagram and LinkedIn. Or of course, upgrade your LinkedIn to LinkedIn Premium. They give you 30 days free trial. And when you're on LinkedIn Premium, even if you talk a email, you can enter it DM. But you're on LinkedIn Premium. And you have the written messages you just start sending to them in a very conscious way. I need so. My story began. And learn to tell stories. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Some of us don't learn to be vulnerable. Do you know one of the things helping us is our vulnerability? Oh, I joined real estate 2 years ago. You know, it was the lowest point of my life. As a mother of 2 children. But today, I did so well. My company gave me a car. You know, I've helped so many people do well. Yes, many of those people can relate. I'm not making sense at all. So yours will not include I got a car. But hey, I'm a young graduate, right? After looking for a job, I find one. I decided to do real estate, and now I'm loving real estate. I've helped so many people build well through real estate. What you don't know is that you just remind that person. The person may be sitting there, that wrote 100 CV, nobody gave me a job. I say, let me help this girl, or let me help this one. Who understands what I'm talking about? Yes. And how will just be your breakthrough. So be vulnerable with your story and don't miss any day. Right? Invite your friends, invite everybody to join. It's an opportunity for people to learn how to do real estate and how to succeed. And I want to raise Billionaire Realtors. And I hope when you make your commission, you remember me. God bless you.
Live in a place called Kuje, and I'm here shopping for property.
The thing true about this estate, one, is being built by GTEX, who are specialists, who are known not only in Nigeria, from across the world in estate development. 2, my involvement here is that I'm the chairman security for the GTEX. So all their estates, I provide security for them. That's why I'm here.
Virgins above 25 years old can get a plot of land here for just 300,000 naira. And if you live in Lagos, 150k and proof of virginity, and you get the land. I want to prove to you that White House Estate, Kuje, is the best location right now for land banking. Say you are a young man or a young woman, you may be tempted to invest in the waste of Bisola, but I tell you, carry that money now. Comot 6 million naira inside. Put that for one plot of land here between now and the 3rd of May, because after 3rd of May, I go increase the price. And with just 21 million naira, you can get 6 plots, which we call the mini estate. Very mini. Wow. White House Estate, Kuje, Abuja is just 3 poles away from the international airport. If you look this side, you will see Almat Farms around. Then when you look in introspect, you will see Prime University. So you should say the landmarks are already marking. My God, it's marking. Damn. This phase 2 is selling faster than Iyabasira's midnight snack. So if I were you, I'll key into it very fast. And the return on investment, they rise past Gary where they soak for 3 days. Key into it now. Call this number, send us a message. And if you're a virgin like me, I wish you heaven at last.
A word is enough for the wise. Wisdom.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So glad to have us in this session. I know you've gotten a lot of value since the beginning of this section, from doctor session even to his main training. So if you've gotten value, just put it in chat box, something you've learned today, and let me see it roll in the chat box.
Let me know
Let me
if
know
you're following us. Let me see you drop
your comments in the chat box. Something you've learned today, something different.
40 days global billionaire
sales challenge that kicked off yesterday. So if you've gotten something today's session, put it in chat box. Let me see something new that you've learned today. All right. Let's start coming in. Okay, I've gotten a question here initially. Okay, someone said thank you, Dr. Steven Anobi. Thank you so much. The properties and the products for today have been shared on all the WhatsApp group. If you are not on the WhatsApp group, kindly drop your WhatsApp number in the chat box. Let's fix you up in one of the WhatsApp groups so you can get in the products every day. All right, sir. I'm not saying your response is something you've learned today, is something that you like to put into practice during this 40 days challenge. Put it in the chat box. Let me put it out there for everyone to hear, and let's see how we follow through with it for the next 40 days. All right, so quickly I have some announcement for us. Let me quickly read it out. Let me share my screen as fast as possible. Let me put it out there so we can all see. Before that, okay, David, I can see your WhatsApp number. We'll add you to the group. All right, 1 second. All right. So we have this Saturday launch of Sajos Estate Ijebu Day, and we have a couple of very amazing things for us coming Saturday. So one of them is if you can invite 20 people, 20 persons, either your associates, your prospects, or your clients, anyone, bring them. Let them be 20. Send the names of the 20 people you want to invite to the number on the flyer, then bring them on board, and you have 50K on voucher as your gift for inviting 20 people. So you have people who are ready to go on this challenge, invite 20 people and win a voucher worth 50,000 naira. All right, so start calling your people, start calling your prospects, start calling your downline, and bring them on board on Saturday for this inspection. Get them all on board, and you on your way to winning a 50K voucher all to yourself. All right, so let me go next to the other announcement we have for today. All right, still on that same sales challenge for Ijebu Day. Now, this is very, very awesome, and this is wonderful. Can you see? Sales on site challenge. So as I said, if you're inviting your clients, bring them on board, let them come for the physical inspection and launch of Sados Estate, and you qualify. If they're able to sell, one plot, you qualify for 25,000 naira airtime as a bonus aside your commission. So you're making more. You're making more by selling one plot. Then if you sell 2 plots, you get 50K bonus. That's cash bonus for you. And if you sell up to 5 or 6 plots, you get 100K bonus plus a power bank. So you have all of this in stock for you if you're able to sell. Now, if you sell 10 plots and more, you get 50K plus a dinner with Dr. Steven Akintaya. So I know a lot of us are geared up and ready to make these sales. So let us all put on the work. Let's keep pushing this property. Let's do a on-site sale. That will be massive. And instantly you'll be getting your cash bonuses and be getting all the other incentives aside your commission. You have people who are excited about all of this. And also for this 40-day sales challenge, we have wonderful gifts and daily gift for us, right? Okay, so now we have daily bonus, we have weekly bonus, we have monthly bonus, and we have the grand bonus, the grand prize for the 40 days global sales challenge. All right, for the daily bonus, we have a 1 million naira cash prize. plus your commission. So which means if you can make a daily sale of up to 5 million naira, you have a whopping sum of 100,000 naira cash price. 100,000 naira cash price for 5 million naira sales. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm not seeing our excitement. I'm not seeing us putting any emoji or any comment in the chat box. I need you to be fired up. There's a lot of money to be won, even in just this week alone. And now is another one, a daily bonus. I don't want you to miss out on this. Now let's go to the weekly bonus as quick as possible. We have 500 naira cash bonus in price if you can make a total sale of 25 million naira. Wow, this is massive. This is massive. Dr. Steve Nathan is giving out so much. He's giving out so much. And is giving out so much. Are you an associate there? This is an opportunity for you to make a lot of money just in a week or in a day. All right, let's go to the monthly bonus. We have a #1 million cash up for grabs if you can sell up to 50 million naira in any of our property. Sell 50 million naira and you get your commission, and you also win on 1 million naira bonus cash prize. All right, that's not all. You also get a certificate and so much more, so much more. Let's go to the grand prize. The grand prize, Dr. mentioned it in today's section in the morning. He said he's willing to give out a brand new car. That's massive. I know we all about this car to help our steeds in the selling of real estate, and we do luxury. So this car is very important. So what do you need to do? Make a total sale or a combination of sales of being the best overall during this 40 days challenge. You will get a 2 million naira cash gift. You will get a grand frame certificate, and you also have a all expense paid trip. Then you have a car gift attached to it. This is massive. Who is going to be our grand prize winner? Put it in the chat box. I will be the one. Just be the one, definitely. So I'm going to win a car, win the cash prize, get the all expense paid trip, and also get my full commission. All right, this is a sales trip down straight to Kenya. This is an opportunity for you to enjoy a one-on-one training session with Dr. Stephen in our sales trip to Kenya in September. So make the sale, qualify, win the bonuses, and let's go to Kenya. So all rollers to where? Kenya. All right, for my last activity for today here. All right, I've shared the link on the Okay. This is just for the 40 days challenge. Okay, this is to show you that you have a car to win and everything. We've shared the properties we are pushing today on all social media platforms. Push it and keep pushing it, and let us bring in the sales. All right. Maybe from tomorrow we'll be doing role play sessions so we can all get accustomed with the product of the day. We played the video this morning. We are going all out to sell a Benghazi property in Dubai, and we are selling our White House estate Kuje this morning. So I want us to follow our marketing platforms with all of this property. Let's keep pushing it. If you have questions, go to your WhatsApp group, ask the question, ask the admins on the group, and get all the information you need, and let's get the deals closed as soon as possible. Today is a good day. You have a lot of bonuses to win. You have a lot of money on the table. What will you do with your time? All right, so let's get to work. Still before midday. Let's get the work done. With all we've learned, let's put it in practice. Doctor told us to call at least 50 people today. Reach out to 50 people. If you can go to DM, reach out to more than 300 persons. And let's get the sales done. Let's get the work done. Let's get these sales coming. And a lot of things are here for you to win. Don't miss out on this. Don't miss out on it. Don't miss any day. Let's make it another day tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. And let's keep grinding. Let us make this money. Don't sleep. Wake up. Collect your money. We call it a wrap today. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's make the money. Let's make this happen. All right. So we call it a wrap. We close today. We say bye.